Now on Nightside, a family called for help as their home went up in flames. Tonight, they reunited with the firefighters who put the fire out.
The thunderstorms of today have tapered off for a clear night. I'll let you know when to expect the next round of wet weather in your first alert forecast.
You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. A family had the chance to say thank you in person to the first responders who were there when a fire destroyed their home. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. These photos are what's left of their home. The fire happened just a few weeks ago in Airway Heights. That's where our Rania Kaur reports tonight. It's a story you'll only see on 4 News Now.
And Kirsten, this is the home behind me today. 5 agencies responded to the fire that night. Today, the family got to meet just a few of the men and women who were here. Burnt belongings on the ground. That's all that's left of the home.
Words can't say.
No words as they wait to meet the men and women who responded to their call for help.
They saved our family.
This family lost their pets, their birds, their cat. Their dog was resuscitated that day, but didn't end up making it.
Even though we had to put her down on Monday, we got a few more days with our dog, and that meant a lot to us.
I really don't know what else to say right now. It'll be nice to see him.
Deputy Chief Nick Henry says it's not every day someone wants to thank them like this.
Our call volume gets to be so high, we'll end up going to an incident like this, and then once we're done, we clean up, we get back in service, and we move on to the next one.
But today, gratitude.
It is tough, but to be able to meet everybody and say thank you means a lot to us. Maybe help bring a little bit of closure, you know, with everybody that was there, and to be able to thank them, you know.
For 4 News Now, I'm Rania Kaur.
We had some showers and thunderstorms around the Spokane area this afternoon. Those are long gone and skies have cleared. Very quiet on our satellite and radar. Just some very light rain up around Colville. Temperatures today, we made it into the 70s in many locations right around the Spokane area. Just about average with 70 in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, also in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. Stayed in the 60s in Pullman as well as Ritzville. We'll have more 70s on the map tomorrow. Here is your look at Thursday high temperatures. 74 in Spokane, 75 in Coeur d'Alene, in the 80s in Lewiston, 80 in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, and 74 in Bonners Ferry. We'll start the day off in the 40s. It'll be crisp to start with blue skies and sunshine. As we get into the afternoon, we'll start to see those convective clouds developing again. Looks like tomorrow we'll keep the showers and thunderstorms in the mountains. I'll show you the computer model in just a moment. 69 is our average high. We're heading to a high of 74, and it gets even warmer, but also more unsettled and stormy in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, an update to that horrible crash we brought you last night here on Nightside. A 2-year-old is still in critical condition after he, his mom, and siblings were hit by a car in Spokane Valley.
According to Washington State Patrol, the family was crossing the street on Highway 27 when they were hit. Amanda Hendricks and her 3 boys were taken to the hospital. Amanda and 2 of the boys are expected to be okay, but 2.5-year-old Thor is fighting for his life. At the crash scene, first responders say he didn't have a pulse when someone started compressions, and they were able to bring him back. Thor's father, Joshua, says that if CPR hadn't been given on scene, it may have been a different story. Right now, it's a waiting game.
Right now, it's wait. It's a lot of wait and see. We've got to see his swelling go down. Our hope is the pressure on the brain doesn't increase.
According to Joshua, that intersection is an area families and children cross daily to get to school, to parks. The city of Spokane Valley says today it was contacted by neighbors to explore the possibility of putting in a crosswalk of some sort. They said they will work with WashDOT and State Patrol to explore the next steps.
The father of a man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students is supposed to testify before an investigative grand jury tomorrow in Pennsylvania. According to CNN, Brian Koberger's mother has already testified. Now, it's unclear what potential crime the grand jury is investigating, but their testimony can be shared with prosecutors in Idaho.
Oh, we just learned that the body of a teen found in Yakima County last month was a 17-year-old girl from Spokane. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say a man in the town of Mabton found the body of someone shot in the head on his property on April 30th. The coroner's office confirmed Samantha Kalinchuk died of a single gunshot wound. Detectives are treating this as a homicide. No arrests have been made. Kalinchuk was a former Mount Spokane High School student. The principal released a statement that reads, in part, quote, "She was a kind and thoughtful student. She enjoyed graphic design, science courses, basketball, and was an avid Houston Astros fan. We will miss Samantha greatly, and she will hold a special place in our hearts." And you can read the principal's full statement. Go to our website, kxly.com.
Coeur d'Alene Public Schools is investigating threats made to Lake City High. The district says screenshots of the threat were shared on social media. And out of an abundance of caution, more police were placed at Lake City High School today. The district says it and its law enforcement partners take all threats of violence seriously and will continue to investigate this threat.
Tonight, the Spokane School Board discussed its plans to use bonds to fund 4 elementary school replacements and remodel 4 others. The district wants to replace Adams, Balboa, Madison, and Indian Trail elementaries. If the final bond proposal stays at $200 million or less, Spokane's taxes won't go up. Anything north of $200 million would increase property taxes.
The 42nd annual Pig Out in the Park returns to Riverfront Park August 30th through September 4th. In addition to dozens of food vendors, this year there will be more than 100 performances across 4 stages. And every day from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. and then 8 p.m. until 10 p.m., all Pig Out booths will offer special $6 bites from the items on their menu.
Time for a look at First Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. One of the best basketball players in the country is looking for a new home, and it could be Gonzaga. According to reports, North Carolina transfer Caleb Love has listed Gonzaga as one of his potential schools. Love became one of the most sought-after players in the transfer portal after decommitting from Michigan a few weeks ago. Now, according to 24/7 Sports, Love is also looking at Alabama, Arizona, Indiana, Louisville, Texas, and UConn, but Gonzaga is near the top of his list. Love started in 96 games over the last 3 seasons at North Carolina, leading the Tar Heels to the national championship game in 2022. Love averaged 16 points a game as a junior for the Tar Heels last season. And coming up in sports, how Love would fit on a Gonzaga roster that has already added a number of new players this offseason. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone. 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Well, coming up, how to pick the safest helmet for warm weather bike rides.
Plus, tips to avoid taking a major financial hit as the U.S. grapples with the possibility of its first ever debt default.
And a Kentucky man has been arrested for shooting his roommate in the behind over a Hot Pocket. That's next on Nightside.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington's Lottery and Hit 5.
Don't miss the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy low-rate financing. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com.
You filming? Yep. Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him. Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita.
Bluebird in my heart.
Baby, you're playing hard to forget.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Did you know that Banner Furnace and Fuel is a locally owned propane company? That's important because it means consistent pricing. No games, no gimmicks, and no hidden fees. You can relax knowing that a propane quote from Banner is what shows up on your bill. No hazmat fee and no delivery fee. That's why people really trust Banner. So go ahead, compare your winter heat bill, and then call Banner for your propane quote. Banner Furnace and Fuel, locally owned for over 90 years.
Unleash your spring adventure by scoring a great rate on a Northwest Motorsport rig. Check out the best selection of lifted trucks, diesel trucks, and adventure-ready SUVs at nwmsrocks.com. Power up your spring journey with Northwest Motorsport.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Extreme Team.
Thanks for staying up with us. Well, this boulder in Lincoln Park on Spokane South Hill has drawn some safety concerns. A viewer actually contacted our newsroom concerned about safety at Lincoln Park.
He's afraid it's just a matter of time before it falls. While on a walk at Lincoln Park last month, Raymond Ross noticed the boulder. He thinks it's close to falling down the hill, so he called the Parks and Rec Department and told them he's concerned it could fall into the houses and playground below. The Parks Department tells us staff assessed the rock in early May and found nothing to be wrong. They say in part, during our time of ownership of this parkland, we have observed no changes to the rock that would suggest it is necessary to remove it. New on Nightside, falling boulders aren't the only safety concern that come with outdoor activities. Every year in the U.S., around 100 children are killed and more than 250,000 are injured in bicycle-related accidents. That's according to Stanford Medicine.
Helmets can make a huge difference to protect your children against serious head injuries. But how do you know if you have the right one for your kids? First, the CDC says look for ones that have labels with the date of manufacture. That is really helpful in case the helmet is recalled. And it should also have a label saying it's certified by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. If you buy a used helmet, make sure it's not broken, scratched, or cracked.
Built for one crash, so once it gets indented, it's time to get a new one.
Pediatricians also say helmets need to fit properly and shouldn't ride too far back on your child's head.
Helmet should be down, and the tip of the helmet should be at least 1 or 2 finger breadths above the eyebrows, and it shouldn't rock 1 inch forward to back or 1 inch to sideways.
Also, make sure the chin strap fits snug with about a room for just 1 finger. Parents should also set good examples by wearing helmets too. Health experts say helmets should be stored in a place that doesn't get too hot or too cold.
Needed a helmet to keep the rain off this afternoon in downtown Spokane. I started this time lapse right around 2:30 when it was dry, looking out over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, and then it rained and hailed and thundered, but then cleared out for a beautiful sunset and a gorgeous evening, and the storms moved to the north. Beautiful day in Spokane, other than that one little thunderstorm. Mostly clear tonight and 47, 74 tomorrow with partly to mostly sunny skies. Area of low pressure over the region that is going to be moving slowly to the north tomorrow. A lot of moisture wrapping around it into western Montana, down into the Cascades, and we are on either side of that precipitation in Spokane, although we do have the chance of some mountain showers, and we are going to keep that area of low pressure, that upper level trough around our region through the weekend. Here's Friday, and we do have a better chance to see some showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon and evening. Here's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Friday evening. If you're heading out for some Friday night dinner, you may get showered on in Spokane. We'll be tracking those thunderstorms very closely over the next few days. The odds aren't very good for Thursday and Friday, only 10% in Spokane. Those odds go up in the mountains. Our temperatures are going up close to 80 degrees right on through Sunday. Our best chance for thunderstorms over the weekend right now looks like Saturday. On the other hand, Memorial Day Monday, dry with a high of 80 degrees, and we keep warming up through the middle of next week. I've got some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you coming up in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. New on Nightside, the U.S. is grappling with the possibility of its first ever debt default.
If President Biden and House Republicans can't agree to lift the debt ceiling, seniors could be the first to feel the impact. The Treasury Department says if it can't borrow more money, it won't be able to pay the nation's bills as soon as June 1st. Social Security payments are scheduled to be sent out on June 2nd. 40% of recipients rely almost entirely on Social Security payments for food, housing, and other essentials. And federal workers and military members' checks could also be impacted. As the debt default looms, there's growing concern about the potential consequences it could have on your personal finances.
Here are 5 tips to avoid taking a major hit. 1, build an emergency fund. Experts generally recommend setting aside at least 3 months' worth of living expenses. 2, reduce debt, pay down high-interest credit cards and personal loans. A default could impact interest rates, raising borrowing costs, which leads us to tip number 3, wait to buy a home. Real estate website Zillow estimates a prolonged default could raise 30-year mortgage rates to a high of 8.4%. And diversify your investments. And 5, reassess your goals and your budget. And remember, as one personal finance expert reminds us, it's only temporary.
It's just an economic cycle, and that doesn't mean, even though it might be a little bit challenging in some ways, it doesn't mean that it will last forever.
Buying a home in the inland Northwest can be a challenge. Plus, many people's credit scores may not be in the best shape after the pandemic. Along with that, inventory is down. The Federal Reserve hiked interest rates for the 10th consecutive time in March, and the price of homes has soared in the last 4 years. Plus, it may feel like banks are not on your side.
They basically look at you like a bet in Vegas, you know. Are you a good bet or a bad bet?
It may feel like the deck is stacked against you, but it's a game you can win with the right tools. Tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6, we'll show you 4 simple steps that can get you home buying ready and save money on your loan.
The days of sharing your Netflix account are over. After warning for quite some time, the company is moving forward with its password sharing ban.
Netflix is going to be looking at users' IP addresses to determine where they're sitting at any particular moment, not to gather geographic data for other purposes.
At one point, the company estimated 100 million people worldwide were using someone else's password. Netflix told shareholders earlier this year that the crackdown has been successful in other markets, like in Canada. Analysts have long said this could set a new standard.
The upcoming Memorial Day weekend offers the opportunity to save on big ticket items, but some discounts are being hampered by retailers struggling with returns.
I think we've all been conditioned to just be able to buy as much as we want online, knowing that if it doesn't work out, we can just return it pretty liberally. That's kind of coming to an end.
According to returns consulting company Narvar, return rates in 2022 were about 14% higher than 2019, eating into retail profits. And for every return of items worth $100, it cost the company roughly $26. And that cost is being passed on to consumers in higher prices and stricter return policies. Now Amazon is warning shoppers of items with higher return rates.
Well, the FTC is launching an investigation into what caused the recent baby formula shortage and why it took so long for regulators to respond. The commission says it's looking into potential price gouging, fraud, and other deceptive practices. Estimates show about 20% of baby formula products were missing from shelves last July following a producer's recall. Market research firm IRI reports about a third of families with babies younger than 1 still had trouble getting formula in February.
Around the world tonight, the CDC is keeping an eye on reports of a new wave of COVID cases in China. A State Department spokesman said U.S. officials are committed to working with China on, quote, global health matters and maintaining open lines of communication. The department is also discussing the reported wave with allies and partners. The State Department has not issued any travel restrictions yet. A man in Kentucky was shot in the butt over a Hot Pocket. That's next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, the ABC News investigation. What happens to your plastic bags? We track bundles of plastic bags to see if they actually get recycled. Plus, the new documentary about the Queen of Disco, Donna Summer.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
It's the biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years. This week at the Spokane Valley Mall. As multiple dealers and over 400 top quality used trucks, sports cars, and low mileage SUVs are marked down and priced to sell fast, with top dollar offered for all trade-ins and over $2 million brought in to loan out. Plus, you can even roll some dice for a chance to win $5,000. It's the biggest used vehicle sale in town this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel. Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
Finding the home of your dreams can be a real nightmare. Low inventory, high interest rates, there are a lot of rules. I'm Aaron Luna with 4 News Now. I'll show you 4 simple steps to get you home buying ready and save money on your loan. Watch my special report Thursday only on 4 News Now at 6. Finding the home of your dreams can be a real nightmare. Low inventory, high interest rates, there are a lot of rules.
It's a game now. You just kind of have to deal with it.
But it's a game you can win with the right tools. I'm Aaron Luna with 4 News Now. I'll show you 4 simple steps to get you home buying ready and save money on your loan.
You can actually do more harm than good by trying to make your credit better.
Watch my special report Thursday only on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now is brought to you by Adams Tractor.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. Tina Turner, the unstoppable superstar, has died at the age of 83. The singer of hits like What's Love Got to Do With It and Proud Mary has won 12 Grammys, the Kennedy Center Award, and has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. For her millions of fans, including all of us here at 4 News Now, spanning across 6 decades of her music career, they're going to miss her character and that voice like no other. To honor Tina Turner, our sister station MeTV will air a special episode of the Best of the Ed Sullivan Show where she is featured. You can catch it this Sunday at 10 p.m. on Channel 4.2.
Well, bears are coming out of hibernation. They're looking for some easy food. Fish and Wildlife agents are warning you, be careful when you're out camping or hiking. Fish and Wildlife says if you come upon a bear, don't run away. Remain still and make loud noises to scare the bear away.
Is to not let them know that you're intimidated, make eye contact, look bigger than you are. You can step up on a rock, you can put your arms above your head and yell.
Well, she says bear spray is an effective safety tool for bears and other wild animals. They recommend putting away your bird feeder and keep trash cans inside at night. Fish and Wildlife says they're available to guide you to reduce conflicts with wild animals. You can contact a wildlife conflict specialist for help.
Oh, Wildlife Wednesday does not have very many confrontational animals. In fact, a lot of yellow. I noticed a lot of yellow birds of different kinds. Here's one from Larry Crumpleman. He shared this western tanager he found on the Coeur d'Alene River. Beautiful, vibrant colors there. I love this picture from Marty Stowe. Said this yellow warbler was just singing his heart out and just stunning bright yellow. I would like to address that color. Ron Burdick shared this photo of a horned lark. These birds crack me up. As you see, they do have horns. And Julie Mashallah, the stunning yellow-headed blackbird with the contrast there, just gorgeous. And here's an adorable little female calliope hummingbird through the lens of Courtney Litwin. I love the detail on this and the tiny little feet. Dora Z. Davis shared this photo of a robin who was splashing around in her backyard fountain. And finally, from Steve Matson, the goslings are not going to be cute and tiny for long, and they're already growing so fast, but he spotted 18 goslings on Long Lake with 4 grown-up Canada geese to Canada goose to keep an eye on them. That always throws me off. I love the reflection in this photo. Beautiful picture, Steve. All of these photos and thousands more posted on my Facebook page. I'll get them up on there in about 20 minutes. Kirsten?
That is such a cool reflection. I'm looking at it upside down.
If you count the heads, you count multiple because you count the same one twice.
So cool. Thank you, Chris. Well, new on Nightside, Kentucky police arrested 64-year-old Clifton Williams Sunday. because he shot his roommate over a Hot Pocket. So here's the story. Investigators say they started fighting after the victim ate the last Hot Pocket in the house. He tried to leave after Williams started throwing tiles at him. Then Williams allegedly got a gun and shot his roommate in the behind as he was running away. The roommate walked for a few blocks to get help. He was taken to the hospital, but he is expected to be okay. Gonzaga is one of the favorites to add North Carolina transfer Caleb Love. How Love would fit in with the Bulldogs, coming up next in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
When you think of an Oscar-winning actor, you don't think of me. You think of people like Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio. But you don't think of this.
Congratulations on your Oscar. Yeah.
Now, Friday night, a joyous and emotional celebration.
What was it like to hand that Oscar to your mom?
Asians in Hollywood have a lot to celebrate this year, for damn sure.
The new face of Hollywood.
I love that.
Friday night at 8/7 Central on ABC.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know everyone has their favorite spot. It's the Memorial Day sale. For a limited time, save 30% store-wide and get 36 months special financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
The Move Fitness gyms are on the move.
Let's go! With everyone getting ready for summer and a new gym opening soon in Spokane, there's never been a better time to join.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Don't miss the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy, low-rate financing. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this. The Memorial Day sale, 30% off everything.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Well, Gonzaga basketball has a chance to become instant title contenders. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. Gonzaga is reportedly one of the schools in the mix to land North Carolina transfer Caleb Love. Love became one of the most sought-after players in the portal after decommitting from Michigan a few weeks ago. According to 24/7 Sports, Love is also looking at Alabama, Arizona, Indiana, Louisville, Texas, and UConn. But out of those schools, Gonzaga's near the top. Love started in 96 games over the last 3 seasons at North Carolina, leading the Tar Heels to the national championship game in 2022. Love averaged 16 points a game as a junior for the Tar Heels last season. Now, the Bulldogs have already made a splash in the transfer portal by adding Creighton's Ryan Nemhard, Wyoming's Graham Ike, and Eastern Washington's Steele Venters. Love would be another key addition to Gonzaga, especially if WCC Sixth Man of the Year Malachi Smith decides to keep his name in the NBA draft. Smith has until May 31st to withdraw his name from that draft. Now, Gonzaga baseball was not an NCAA tournament team heading into today. That could change if the Bulldogs were to win the WCC tournament. Winning your conference tournament gives you an automatic bid to the big dance. The Bulldogs would open up against Santa Clara. Gonzaga was swept by Santa Clara to end the regular season. They were looking for some payback in a big way, but we start in the 4th inning, and it's Santa Clara's Coleman Brigman crushing this one off Gonzaga pitcher Owen Wild. As the Broncos, they love it in the dugout. They're dancing as Gonzaga falls behind 2-0. Now we go to the 7th. Ben Steck at the plate for Santa Clara, and yeah, no ballpark could contain this baseball. Gonzaga trails 3-0 after the home run by Steck, but the Bulldogs showed some serious fight, especially in the late innings. We go to the 7th. Sam Stem at the plate for the Bulldogs, and that'll bring home a run. That base hit falls into center field, and Gonzaga would cut it to a 1-run ball game. To the bottom half of the inning we go. Santa Clara with a runner on second base. It's Brigman again, giving the Broncos some insurance runs and giving the Bulldogs a whole lot of trouble. That scores a run. So we go to the 9th inning. Gonzaga trailing by 2 runs. Last chance. It's Connor Cabales at the plate. The chopper to third base. But it would not be so for the Bulldogs as their season comes to an end in the first round of the WCC tournament. Gonzaga had their chance as they left 8 runners on base in this game. The Bulldogs' season ends with 18 wins and 34 losses. And the Seattle Mariners looking to get back above 500, taking on the Oakland A's. Bases loaded in the 4th when Seattle's Sam Haggerty drives in a few runs. It's Haggerty's first RBIs of the season, and what a time to get him. 2-0 Mariners. Same inning, it's Julio Rodriguez. Now, we expect that from the reigning American League Rookie of the Year. Seattle scores 4 runs in the inning, and we go to the 7th. It's Teoscar Hernandez puts the finishing touches on this Mariners victory. The home run, his 9th of the season, and the Mariners, they win it 6-1. We should also mention that rookie pitcher Bryce Miller, he was fantastic in this game. He threw 6 scoreless innings. Now Seattle, they'll go for the sweep of Oakland tomorrow. And the Spokane Indians take down the Vancouver Canadians 11-6 tonight. Former Gonzaga standout Gabriel Hughes pitched 5 innings and gave up just 1 run in Spokane's victory. And that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
This week on GMA, we're popping up somewhere in America. 3 mornings, 3 different cities, surprising 3 small businesses with a pay-it-forward boost to kick off their summer. Where will we go?
This is so good.
Good Morning America's Up in Your Business. GMA 7A this week.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Are you filming?
Yep. That's a good one.
You kind of have to be able to see my feet. I'll post it.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
And I'll put my weight on the back, especially my outside foot.
Balance is key.
So is stick work.
Mom, I'll be out front. You should switch to sledding.
They should switch to being helpful. I'm gonna block it. Good idea.
Keep your eyes up, man.
Try to keep the control on your weight going forward. Weight open.
Nice snap.
A little tap, tap. Get that power.
Muscles paying off.
Come on, hustle back. Hustle back. Come here. You go out. Get dip. Set it. Go. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Four News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. We're the friendly faces you see first thing in the morning and at the end of your day. We're the people you trust on your screens and in real life. And we'll always be there when you need us. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
An absolutely beautiful Thursday. High temperature of 74 degrees. Slight chance of an isolated shower, but I think most of that is going to stay over the mountains. And we get warmer as we head into Memorial Day weekend, up around 80 degrees.
Isolated shower. Maybe we could have another one like we had today. that was fun.
Yes, it was. I rode my bike to work, and I'm glad that I got here just in time. that's poor form to be a meteorologist and get caught out in the rain.
We have a blow dryer in the green room. It would have been okay.
Just like stick your head under the blow dryer. I checked the 4 News Now weather app, but I still elected to ride my bike to work. And I'm lucky I made it in when I did. I knew it was coming. I saw the app. I was like, nah.
That's what I thought, too.
Don't go fast enough. Apparently, we went fast enough.
Yes. This is the first 7-day in a while, though, that I've been looking more forward to Thursday than to Friday.
What?
Yes.
Crazy.